Learning Perek Hey Halacha Aleph in Hilchos Tshuva. The Rambam begins. Rishus l'chol adam nesuna. Permission is given to every person. And what's la tois atzin adeh if he wants to go on a good way, the tzaddik harishus biyodei, and to be righteous, the permission is in his hands. We'll go down to the Peirush. In the Peirush we find we're going to discuss the ability of choice to be righteous or the reverse chas v'sholom, and what it means, Hein ha'adam ha'yokehod mimenu. Nochosh, that Hashem says, lest a man become one like us to know good or bad. What is the choices of the abilities of choice? Rishus l'chol adam nesuna. The permission is given to every man. If he wants to change his way to a good path, to be a tzaddik, to be a righteous person, or just be he has that ability. If he wants to do evil, to be an evil person, or just be it's within his grasp. This is what we find in the Torah in Bereshis 3:22. After man ate from the tree of knowledge, to know good and bad, meaning, this means min min sheni. Man was unique in the world, an thinking being, and there is no second which has this type of an ability, that he, from his own self and knowledge and thought, should know good and bad. He does whatever he desires to do. There's no one who can stop him from doing good or evil. Since this is so, he's an individual. Therefore, Hashem says, lest he send out his hand and take from the tree of life, and he'll eat from there and live forever. This is found in the Mishnah, in Avos, Perek Gimel, Hakol Tzofui. Everything is, all options are open, and Rishus Natuna, and permission is given. And Peirush HaMeir, it's written, Rishus Natuna. The Rambam writes, explains, permission is given that a person has the ability to do that which he wants. As he mentions in Perek Shmini, from the beginning of Avos, which is called Shmona Prokim. The Mishnah Kesef asks a question, according to the Rambam, that to know good or bad means the ability to have choice between good and bad. What does it mean he is like God? It would seem to be he is one of us. In the simple language, it means like one of the angels, and the angels do not have that choice. So the Mishnah Kesef explains that when it continues, that he should himself decide what is good or bad, and does whatever he desires. So the Rambam utilizes the word mimenu, one of us, me'atzmai, meaning from himself. He is one that can do what he wants on his own, not from the malachim, from the angels, from the celestial beings. The mimenu goes to is part of the pasuk, which refers to knowing good or bad. Not at the beginning of the pasuk that he is like one. And he adds, he finds this in Akdomus Rambam the Avos, where he writes, and the Targum Unclus explains the Peirush in his explanation in Menu, that the desire within him to know good or bad, that he's unique in this world, that he has this ability to choose between good and bad. Now, if we go further into this pasuk, the Mishnah Kesef asks if it means that he's a unique species. The kof in the word ka'achad mimenu like one of us is a little bit not understandable. It should have said he is echod, he is unique. The Mishnah Kesef Rashi explains ki echod mimenu, he is one like us, just like HaKadosh Baruch Hu is alone in the world above, so too man is alone in the world, is unique in this world below, meaning that he, he can decide about good or bad, which is not the case with regard to animals or wild animals. And maybe the Rambam also will agree with Rashi that ke'echod has to mean like something, like a comparison. And what he doesn't write so in his halacha, because this has to do with the translation of the words in the Chumash, rather than what he's discussing. And Mishnah Kesef cites Rae Gann Mizrahi, and also the Marash Yafa that acts on the Mizrahi with this regard. The Hilchos HaMeir explains the Medrash, which over there, that man has become like one of us. He translated it literally like one of the celestial beings. Only Rabbi Kiva, it's enough. Popos, don't say anymore. Amaloi, Heisha Popos, right? Heisha Popos answered, how do you translate it? Amaloi Rabbi Kiva. Rabbi Kiva said to him, that God gave man two paths. Derech HaChaim, the path of life, and Derech HaMovos, the path of death. Bira loy derech hacheres, and he chose a different way. Thus we find that the Rambam explains the posuk like Rabbi Akiva in this disagreement that we find in the Medrash. It's talking about the ability of choice. It doesn't mean like one of the Malochi Ashoris, the angels that serve God, just rather that man is unique in his abilities.